Hi everyone, welcome to my page. So I know that I've been doing a lot of videos about God the past couple weeks, and so now I want to just start talking about some of the other topics that God has instructed me to discuss on my page. One of those topics is wealth. So I'm going to show some pictures and things like that of my wedding because I think it's very important. And it's part of my testimony to my relationship. So I had a wedding last year, August 30th, 2019, that was $3,000. That includes food, cake, everything. I want to preface that this would have not been possible if I didn't have people that cared about me, that understood my situation and was willing to help me out. First would be Ashely. Um, she is my soror, and she's also happened to be a party planner, and so she was able to help me not only organize my day, but actually be a coordinator for the day and really help the day to move along because I did have some mishaps at my wedding. My DJ did not show up, and so she had to, shake and move and make sure that my day did not turn out the way I wanted it to, or for me to be stressed. She wanted me to be very good. Uh, my best friend cooked all my food, and her boyfriend actually was like the caterer and made sure all the food was heated up, and that everybody had food. So those two were definitely like humongous blessings for me that day. And then my husband, mom, she helped get some of the final details, things that I had, I guess you could say, procrastinated on. I did want to talk about like leading up to my wedding. A lot was happening. So I was working, I was studying for the MCAT because I am applying to medical school, and I was also working on my master's. And I was getting ready to become an intern because I had to do some practicum hours in order to get my degree. So a lot was happening all at one time. I don't know why I do that, but that's something that I do. And so she really helped with that. And then my mom, she helped me get my dress. So all of these people helped to pitch in to make sure that I had a day that was special to me, but then also that I stayed within our budget. So let's get down to it. So there were a couple things that I had uh, that I needed to have that was not, it was like not, I'm not gonna like not do. One was a photographer. Oh, I forgot to mention the photographer. My photographer was my freshman roommate, Sunshine Yang. I'm gonna put her picture up here. Anyways, Sunshine Yang is an amazing woman. Like she literally lives in DC and came down and took pictures for my wedding. And then she made sure that I had all my pictures. She edited them. It was amazing. So I'm gonna include some pictures at the end of my wedding so that you can see. I'm also gonna include contact information for Ashely. She is, like I said, a amazing event planner. I'm gonna have some pictures of like decorations and things that she did for my wedding. Fantastic. She even went down to make sure I had my shirts. I'll show pictures of those at the end. My shirts. I had this idea that I wanted my husband's shirt to say "her protector," and for my shirt to say "his rib." And so she made sure I had my shirts. It was just amazing. So I'm gonna include her picture, her information. But yes. So first I had deal breaker was I needed a photographer. So my husband gave me a budget, and I had to make sure that I stayed within that budget. Sunshine didn't even take all of that money that we had budgeted, which, like I said, I mean, she's so freaking amazing. Second, I was not budging on having a reception. And so my husband was like, well, we need to find an event space that was cost effective. So we went and we looked in all these different places, and we found this amazing like buffalo farm that had this really pretty gazebo by a lake. And I've always imagined having like an evening wedding. And so it made it a lot easier to have an outdoor wedding in the summer in the evening. It was still hot that day. Oh my gosh! But we found this farm, and it was beautiful. Like, I've always imagined having an outdoor wedding, an evening wedding, and this place, this event place that was not very expensive at all, allowed me to have that. I wanted to have, tablecloths, so Ashley helped me find these really expensive tablecloths. I wanted to have lights, and twigs and water, because, like I said, I like the evening weddings, outdoors wedding, and since we're on a farm, it kind of just like brought everything full circle. And like I said, I'm gonna show pictures of everything. And then the last thing I did not want to budge on was alcohol. I did not drink at my wedding. My husband didn't drink at our wedding, but I knew that the people that were coming were going to want to have something to drink. And so my husband gave me a budget, and I had to find a creative way to stay within that budget, because in North Carolina, when you have alcohol, if you sell alcohol or anything like that, you have to have like security and all this stuff. And so I was able to figure out how to do that not expensively. So I'm going to show you how I did that in this clip here. As y'all saw there, we had lots of alcohol. We also had a very small wedding. I think we didn't have more than 50 people there, and that's including the pastor, and she left. Oh, also, Ashley made sure I had a pastor. The beautiful pastor that officiated our wedding was Ashley's mom. Like, I'm telling you, she was amazing. But yeah. So I came up with a creative way to make sure that I still had alcohol there for my guests. And then I also was able to kind of bring together an idea that I've had. I really believe in serving others. And so me and my husband began our life together by serving others. We literally made a cocktail, very special cocktail for our guests, and then we served every single guest a cup that was old enough to drink, and that wanted to drink. People got drunk at my wedding. People took bottles home from my wedding. And so, yeah. So, like I said, if you want to build wealth, you have to have that communication, and it starts with the wedding. A lot of times people want to spend a whole bunch of money. People want to go into debt just to have a wedding. And it's not necessary. You can have a very nice wedding with everything that you want. You have to write down what are your non-negotiables, things that you really want. And then you have to work and try to figure out, how can I ensure that I have all these things that I really want for the love? And so that's how you can start building wealth, is having those conversations about money, and it starts with the wedding. If you have any questions about how I had a wedding for $3,000, you can comment below, and I will respond as I see the comments. Thank you. Peace and blessings. I love you.